My name's Steve Bodmer. I'm General Counsel for the Pechanga Band of Indians in Temecula, California. My favorite memory really has to be showing up on campus for the start of my first semester at George Mason. And, I understand that sounds cliche, right? Of picturing a young man finally given his opportunity to succeed and standing proudly in the middle of the quad at the university. However, that really was the moment that has stayed with me for all of these years, because I had an interesting moment of reflection at that time, really that didn't resonate prior to being on campus. And everyone has their story, and I have to say mine began as a young boy in South Carolina, the second of three kids, being raised by a single mother, where we were frequently homeless and moving from one family member's house to another when I was a young kid. But then when I graduated high school in Northern Virginia, I couldn't have told you where a single college in Virginia was. So there wasn't a ton of effort on my part or others at that time. So I actually joined the Navy, and I had no expectations or direction. And ultimately, as life does sometimes, brought me full circle after 4 years in the Navy, when I was accepted at George Mason. I'm Native American, and I worked for a Native American tribe here in California. Very enjoyable from a I get to do what I love every day sort of standpoint. And, interestingly enough, when I think of how I was prepared at George Mason, it really had that sense of community. So just with that sort of confidence that was instilled in me, I had my eyes set on going to law school. And as a Native American, I knew I wanted to be a Native American lawyer, and address the impact of such an underrepresented population in the United States. I think without George Mason and the opportunities it provided, I don't know where I would be, but I do know that with George Mason, I was able to continue on to law school, rise to a significant level in my profession. And I'm actually a law professor now here in Southern California as well, and able to impart that passion for education that I received at George Mason to other students that may be uncertain of themselves. And it's really just been a fantastic ride. When I look at where I started and look at how I didn't believe I had opportunities, and then once I got to George Mason, everything was possible. There's just such an amazing world of opportunity. Philosophy itself is the study of knowledge, right? And if that's something that's impactful and meaningful to you, go get that. It opens doors, it opens conversations that just are unexpected, right? I think that it's just a pathway to being able to understand so much in life that is unexplainable, and be able to use the logic that is learned in philosophy as well, to achieve things and see things that others aren't seeing as clearly, right? I honestly view my philosophy degree as being the foundation for helping me and share with others what I do in my law career, of finding pathways forward, using these skills that you learn when you're learning philosophy to help guide yourself and others. It's been a fantastic journey, and it really started with the philosophy degree that I received at George Mason University.